the Kanwad Yatra name display conundrum paused by the Supreme Court. The apex court took up a bunch of petitions challenging the Yogi and Dhami government's diktat, forcing eateries and street vendors along the Kanwad route Yatra to display the names of the owners prominently. Remember, this religious trek cuts through many Muslim-dominated areas, and selling food and fruits is a key source of income for many. Implementing the diktat would mean singling out non-Hindu outlets, and that's why it has been challenged and clearly, as it is unconstitutional. Here's what happened in the court, and then I bring in the guests.
The Kanwad Yatra on in full swing. The first Monday of Sawan saw the Supreme Court take up a petition challenging the UP government's name display diktat to street vendors and eateries along the Kanwad Yatra route. The petitioners made a case against what they termed divisive policing that is a major cause for concern. Their key contention: the petitioners say that the UP government's order, issued presumably to maintain law and order, is unconstitutional and discriminatory on grounds of religion and untouchability. In an interim order, the Supreme Court put a stay on the food stalls and street vendors' nameplate order. It also issued notices to UP, MP and Uttarakhand governments, scheduling the next hearing for the 26th of July. In the stern observation, the top court said that the police cannot usurp the Food Security Act power or compel the display of names.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट की बेंच ने जो मुजफ्फरनगर पुलिस की डायरेक्टिव थी, उस डायरेक्टिव को पढ़ा, समझा और ये पाया कि ये डायरेक्टिव जो है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वैल्यूज से बियॉन्ड ट्रैवल कर रहा है। एंड कोर्ट का ये नज़रिया था क्या कि किस तरह का खाना सर्व होता है, वेज या नॉन वेज, ये ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है इन कंपैरिजन टू उसको कौन सर्व कर रहा है।
The Kanwadias as well as food vendors have welcomed the stay.
हमें बहुत खुशी महसूस हो रही है और हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बहुत आभारी हैं। काम पे प्रभाव तो पड़ता ही है इन चीज़ों से, लेकिन अब इंशाल्लाह अब सब नॉर्मल हो जाएगा।
कोर्ट ने बहुत अच्छा किया है, जो भी मतलब उनका बहुत बहुत करम है।
बोले ऐसे तो कुछ नहीं, जहाँ जिसकी इच्छा वहीं लेगा। और दूसरी बात हमारा भैया, हमारा नियम है अपना, जहाँ हमारी सूटेबल होगा वहाँ लेंगे, हमें जहाँ सही लगेगा हम वहाँ से लेंगे।
The opposition parties, including the Samajwadi Party, a key player in Uttar Pradesh, hailed the stay.
उसी समय मैंने कहा था कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट स्वयं इस बात को संज्ञान में ले और ऐसे कार्रवाई को रोके, जैसे दिया बुझने से पहले फड़फड़ाता है, जिस संप्रदाय की राजनीति खत्म हुई है।
We welcome the stay given by the Honorable Supreme Court on the completely unconstitutional orders by the Uttarakhand government, Uttar Pradesh government and the Madhya Pradesh government. We are very happy that the Supreme Court has given such a strong order, and we hope that the Prime Minister makes his chief ministers aware of their Raj Dharma.
Responding to the Supreme Court's order, the former Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh and now a Rajya Sabha MP Dinesh Sharma expressed surprise at the hesitation by some to display their names.
दुकान में वैसे भी 40-50% लोग अपना नाम लिखते हैं। मैं समझता हूं कि लोगों को आपत्ति नहीं होनी चाहिए थी, लेकिन फिर भी जो माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने निर्णय दिया है वो सर माथे पर है। लेकिन सरकार की प्राथमिकता तो पहले यही है कि कांवड़ यात्रा सकुशल संपन्न हो।
The genesis of the UP government's diktat issued on the eve of Kanwad Yatra was an administrative order by the UP police in Muzaffarnagar, Shamli, Saharanpur, asking all the eateries to display their owner's name. UP government extended the order to the entire Kanwad Yatra route. But a key question: why did no one factor in the divisive nature of such an order? With Monu Singh in Muzaffarnagar, Sunil Prabhu and Tanish Punjabi for NDTV.
A much needed interim order coming from the Supreme Court. Joining me on the show, Professor Apurva Anand. He is a petitioner in this case. Professor Faizan Mustafa, constitutional expert. We also have Ghanshyam Tiwari, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Anila Singh, representing the BJP, and Professor Geeta Bhatt is a political analyst. Anila Singh, what was the need for such a discriminatory order, and how do you really defend it? Ma'am, you have to unmute yourself.
My Ram Ram to all, and I really fail to understand why are you calling it a discriminatory order? Did it say that only people from one particular religion, they have to display their name? No, it was for all. Whether we talk about Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, anybody, order was for all. So why this a conspiracy?
Because it is indeed was a conspiracy. What does the UP government essentially want to do? That there should be no trade between two communities? Is that the intent with which it was put out?
So? If I talk about the sabji mandis, if I talk about the fruit mandis, you go there, majority population or the majority vendors, they are from one particular religious community. That is Muslim. So do you think that Hindus do not buy vegetables or fruits from them?
Yes. So it should be about vegetarian or non-vegetarian, the nature of food, not about who is serving that food. Why should the name of the person who's serving the food become more important than what is religious conformity in this particular case of Yatra, which is about vegetarian food?
Because the law says so.
What is the law here?
If the political parties, they do not implement, I really fail to understand why they don't do so. When law says, if Yogi Adityanath ji says, okay, fine.
Yogi Adityanath diktat cannot be seen as law of the land, ma'am.
Diktat? Do you think it is a diktat? Very conveniently, those who want to target majority population living in this nation, they say it. अरे बेचारे उनको तो देखो कैसा victim बना दिया गया. But the irony is, this nation was divided on the lines of religion. But later on, we were declared a secular country. And majority population never had any problem, but those who want to do the appeasement politics, they are there to advocate all the wrong things.
Okay.
And they want to
my question now is that the damage has been done. What now? Now that there is an interim order that this has to be put on hold, what now?
What damage? Even we are waiting for 26th of July. We know that if I talk about Western Uttar Pradesh, it is very sensitive. Communally, it is very sensitive. But those who are saying it is a discrimination, I want to ask them, the top 3 heroes of our country are Shah Rukh, Amir, Salman. Do you think they have just become the top heroes because of the one particular religious people watching their movies?
No, ma'am, that's really not the argument
here. So if I am loving a food of a particular dhaba or restaurant, whether it is owned by a Muslim or a Hindu, I will go there. I'll eat food from there. But one like political parties who are into appeasement, they have to show, "Arey, badi jati ho gayi, bahut zyada jati ho gayi."
Okay.
Because you have to write.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, will you respond, please?
Good evening, Maya, to you, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. There are 3 important points. One is that an order that emerged from the police, on which the Supreme Court has said, and I quote, that the police does not have this authority to impose such an order. An order that emerged from the police was based on the simple idea of hate that BJP has used across the country for the last 10 years. But it was very quickly picked up by the Chief Minister of the state. And then, like a contagious disease, the idea was picked up by Pushkar Dhami, Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. It is almost like the entire BJP fell head over heels to expose themselves. And if they had such conviction in the idea, why were they absent? These 3 states, massive states, why were they absent in the Supreme Court today? The reason they were absent is that it is not the idea that is important to them. It is the last 7 days when every day we had debates on this issue of Hindu-Muslim, that BJP has seen last 10 years debates play out on Hindu-Muslim issues like a sport every day. They have benefited from it. So they saw this as another trick by which the narrative of the nation could be changed from the backdrop that our soldiers are getting martyred in Kashmir.
Professor Geeta Bhatt,
are happening.
What is clearly clear here is that this order was unconstitutional and clearly discriminatory, and if anything, the court says that would further the cause of untouchability. It is one thing to say that if the Kawad Yatris want vegetarian food or Shuddh Shakahari food, then they should have access to it, of course. But it should not be about who is serving that. That's what this order was about.
Maria, you see, I was just wondering that, in this whole debate, one needs to question that is it that any Indian or any citizen of this country has been debarred on any religious basis to sell products of any kind, whether food products, or packed products. Is that what this order says? As far as I understand, I don't think so. So there is no violation of any fundamental right. Every individual has a right in that particular locality or in that area where the cowards pass. They can, put forth their products and they can sell it. Secondly, there is no Indian who has been asked in that police order or any citizen that they are forced not to buy product from any XYZ individual based on their religion. So, this whole question mark, which is coming again and again, that why there has to be a display of these hawkers in front of their trolleys, is something. I mean, in front of a taxi stand, isn't it that the owner has to display their name, their registration number, the name by which they have registered, their taxi stand. It is something which is very normal. And even if you look at the legal provisions, we do see that the Consumers Protection Act in 2006, before that even the 1986 Consumer Protection Act, that also specifies that for any shop or hawker, it is required that they should display their name and their details on the front of their shop. So, this trying to put it forth that this is a discrimination towards the Muslim community is something which is being built, and very interestingly, the filing of this case has been done by a member of parliament called Ms. Mahua Moitra, who incidentally in her own state...
No, this is not about Mahua Moitra. This is about other petitioners as well. In fact, Professor Faizan Mustafa is joining us. Professor Faizan Mustafa, here is Professor Geeta Bhatt, who is of the opinion that there is no violation of the fundamental rights of an individual if an order of this nature is put out.
इसमें आ रहा है लेकिन इसमें नहीं आ रहा है.
Professor Faizan Mustafa, I'm going to come back to you in just a bit, but a quick word from you, Ghanshyam, on the point that has been made here.
Well, Maria, this has been debated every day. In a matter in which rioters may target somebody on the basis of identity, the easiest way is that you identify every home and every enterprise by the name of identity. BJP went to Supreme Court arguing on electoral bonds, Chandalo Dhandalo model, that they don't want to tell the voters of India who they collect funds from. They collected funds from halal meat exporters, they collected funds from vaccine makers, they collected funds from all kinds of black marketeers for that
Ghanshyam, we are talking about the order today, so let's focus on that.
I'm talking about that.
Yes,
when the BJP says that it is important for people to display their name as small hawkers, but when they as a party say that they don't want to display the name of people who give donations to party, this
no, the two are not the same. The two are not the same. One is about a political party, with the other one is about the citizens of India, and I think that's far more concerning, and that is the reason why this discriminatory order has been questioned, because what was being seen here is complete, furthering divisions and fissures in the society, which is certainly very, very worrying. Professor Faizan Mustafa, here is Professor Geeta Bhatt, who is of the opinion that there is no violation, there was no violation of the fundamental rights in that order that was issued.
No, Maria, to begin with, the court is categorical in saying that the police does not have the power to issue such kind of order. Such an order is to be issued by the food inspectors under the Food Safety Act. This is one. Two, the Supreme Court would not have directly entertained the petition and issued an order if it is not convinced that there was a violation of a fundamental right. Because only for the violation of a fundamental right one can directly approach the Supreme Court. Since in this matter Supreme Court has already issued notice and stayed the operation, it means prima facie the court is convinced that there was some involvement of violation of a fundamental right. So I really don't buy this argument that there was no violation of a fundamental right. Article 15 is absolutely clear that if you have public restaurants You cannot be creating any disability for anybody to use it. Similarly, you can't be segregating public restaurants, that this is a restaurant of X religion and this is a restaurant of Y religion, because this would really lead to lot of segregation. The whole idea of citizenship in modern era is that it should mask all other identities. If we want to bring all our identities to the fore and in the public square, then the identity as a citizen will get diminished.
So then in that case, if there is one state which followed it, then you had Uttarakhand following it as well. Now everything has been put on hold. This is an interim order which has come in here. But why, Professor Faizan Mustafa, can a district administration or a state government issue an order at all of this nature? Because from the very word go, this is going to create segregation and religious ghettos.
If you read Supreme Court's 5-page order of today, Maria, it is very clear that the court is saying that you display what kind of food you are serving. So you can say that this is a pure vegetarian restaurant. This is a restaurant where vegetarian as well as non-vegetarian food are served. But you can't be asking a restaurant to say who is the owner and who are their employees, and it is leading to loss of job also for some people. The freedom of trade is very clear that it can be restricted only in the interest of general public through a reasonable restriction, and Constitution specifies what those reasonable restrictions can be. One, that it can prescribe the qualifications. If you want to be a lawyer, then you should have LLB degree. If you want to be a doctor, you should have MBBS degree. It can also be a restriction in the nature where the government may say that it is creating monopoly in its own favor. So the business will be done either by the government or a corporation set up by the government. Other than this, there is no authority available to anyone to ask people's identities like this, because the next step would be to ask the caste identities. You know, there have been cases in the universities, in the public institutions, where there was a demand, and there is in existence in some universities mess for different castes. So you will have a Brahmin mess, you will have a Rajput mess. So it will be very, very dangerous for public square to have identification like this.
So what do you think was the rationale behind such an order?
I really don't know what was the rationale. I am aware that there are some judgments which have permitted within the sacred city, you may say that in the vicinity of a temple, you cannot serve the non-veg food. You see, we are a very strange kind of a country. So I was watching a clip this morning that Kanhaiya and Aslam together are going as Kawadiyas.
That's right.
You are aware of a Pew survey in which it was found that 25% Muslims believe that the Ganges water has curing characteristics. So there are many Muslims who also go on the Kawad Yatra.
Okay, let me bring in Anila now.
On a long route, you can't be saying.
Okay, let me bring in Anila now. Anila, the point here is that you have your own allies questioning it and opposing it. They clearly see the nature and the larger, intent behind it, which was not about the choice of food, but it was about revealing the identity of the shop owner.
See, when Hindu Virodhi parties, they started raising their voice, they started advocating, then what our allied partners had to do? They had to step forward, they had to say, or rather they had to give certain statements. And as I mentioned earlier, I was listening to Professor Faizan, what he said, even I was saying the same thing. Who says that Hindus do not go and eat in Muslim restaurants? or Muslims do not come and have food in pure veg restaurants. World famous tunde ke kebab, Kareem ki biryani. Do you think Hindus do not have? Majority population living in our nation is non-vegetarian. Don't they consume non-veg? But the thing is, who is going to gain out of this whole chaos? It is the political parties who are Bhagwa Virodi, the political parties who always advocate for terrorists, the political parties who always stood against the construction of Ram Mandir. They gain out of it.
I'm not
They
too
are
sure.
raising the voice.
Yes, but ma'am, the larger question here is about this order, which could have led to further developments. So I'm going to end the show with a view coming again from Professor Faizan Mustafa. Faizan Mustafa, you know, in a society such as ours, as you said, it's a strange society. I would say it's a complex society which is so diverse. We cannot really afford to have these silos or ghettos in which it will be about displaying your religious identity which comes through your names.
You see, Maria, the purpose of this constitution is fraternity. This order certainly is going to adversely affect the constitutional goal of fraternity.
Yes.
And the kind of history we know of Germany of doing similar kind of identification, I think it's a dangerous path which some of the governments have decided to take.
All right, Faizan Mustafa, a pleasure having you on my show. Anila Singh, Ghanshyam Tiwari and Professor Geeta Bhatt. With that, it's a wrap from me. The entire discussion on ndtv.com. Thanks so much for watching. Vishnu Shom joins you next.